Let's have a quick look at the headlines. The campaign period for the midterm elections begins today as the Liberal Party holds a proclamation rally in Plaza Miranda in Manila and the United Nationalist Alliance in Cebu City. Justice Secretary Laila de Lima says a Man Futures Group founder Manuel Amalilio must remain in a Malaysian jail for more than a year before he can be flown back to the country. Pope Benedict XVI announces his resignation from the papacy effective February 28, and oil firms implement price hikes effective today. First day of the official campaign period for national candidates, the Liberal Party will hold its proclamation rally today at the Plaza Miranda in Manila, where President Aquino is expected to endorse administration coalition candidates. Ina Andulong has that story.
President Aquino personally selected the venue for the Liberal Party's proclamation rally. LP will kick off its campaign for its senatorial bets at Plaza Miranda, a place which is historically significant to the party. In 1971, a bombing incident disrupted LP's campaign rally at Plaza Miranda, killing 9 people and injuring close to 100, including prominent party members.
Tulad din nung mga ipinaglalaban noong nangyari ang Plaza Miranda bombing, na alam natin talagang sa kapanahunan ng kung ang nilalabanan noon ay diktatorya, ang nilalabanan naman ngayon ay katiwalian at kahirapan.
After announcing plans to elevate the campaign to a higher level, LP's proclamation rally will be graced by its celebrity members, like Aga Mulak and his wife Charlene, who are said to be hosting the event. All 12 LP senatorial candidates will be there to deliver a speech not exceeding 8 minutes each. To further highlight his all-out support for the slate, only the president will be delivering an endorsement speech.
The president is calling the shots as far as these elections are concerned because he really wants to be able to ensure that what he has done over the last 3 years, he will be able to sustain and continue.
LP officials say their 3 common candidates with UNA have assured them that they will not join their rival sorties. LP sorties will be done by region. This week, their candidates, who will be divided into smaller groups, will be visiting nearby provinces in the south. Next week, they will head to Visayas, then move to Mindanao in the last week of the month. Individual campaigns, however, are expected.
They committed to join the LP activities. Now, we hope that they will be true to their words.
Recent surveys have mostly shown a tie between LP and UNA candidates entering the Magic 12. This is still far from LP's target of a 12-0 sweep. The party, however, is not worried, saying surveys at the start of the campaign still tend to change later in the game. Besides, the party believes the president's endorsement power is stronger now than in 2010. The public can also expect more of LP media advertisements with the start of the official campaign period. While the LP didn't give a figure on how much they've spent so far on the pre-campaign ads, LP assures the public that all expenses and campaign contributions will be reported and declared before COMELEC. Similar to the 2010 elections, the party plans to be strict in accepting campaign funds to ensure that people who will be donating resources are not those who expect favors in return. Ina Andulong, Solar News.
As President Aquino endorses Liberal Party candidates in Plaza Miranda, the United Nationalist Alliance is set to start their campaign in Cebu City. Camille Elemia tells us more.
Cebu is the most vote-rich province in the Philippines, with about 2.5 million registered voters and a voter turnout of 77.74% in 2010. That is why many national candidates are after the Cebuano vote. Suspended Cebu Governor Gwen Garcia and Cebu City Mayor Michael Rama are allied with UNA, which makes Cebu the coalition's likely bailiwick. The so-called 3 kings of UNA will attend the proclamation rally: Vice President Jejomar Binay, Senate President Juan Ponce Enrile, and former President Joseph Estrada. UNA Deputy Secretary General Nancy Binay says the coalition's 3 guest candidates, Senators Francis Escudero, Lauren Legarda, and Grace Poe, will not join the rally. Binay did say Poe will be represented by her son Brian Lemanzares, while Legarda, her father. No word yet if Escudero will send a proxy to the event. The Gutierrez family is expected to attend the motorcade and rally in support of Annabel Rama, who is Una's bet for representative of Cebu City. All is set for Una's proclamation rally Tuesday afternoon here at the Plaza Independencia in Cebu City. Una will hold a mass at the Cebu Cathedral at 7 in the morning, followed by a motorcade all over Metro Cebu. The proclamation rally will start at 5 in the afternoon. Meanwhile, Nancy Binay denies Una is spending government funds to sustain the coalition's campaign. This in response to reports government vehicles were used in the preparation of Una's campaign stage in Cebu. She says each Una candidate takes care of his or her own spending, but she declines to detail Una's source of funds.
As of the moment, coming individually, we take care of our own funding. So wala pang from the party itself.
Una has at least 10 local candidates in Cebu province. All of them are expected to join the proclamation rally together with the so-called three kings of the coalition. Camille Elemia, Solar News, Cebu City.
It's 7:22 and we now have Camille Elemia reporting live from Cebu to give us details on the preparations there for the proclamation rally at the Plaza Independencia in Cebu City later today. Hi Camille, good morning.
Yes, Jing, we are now here at the Cebu Cathedral in Cebu City where a mass is going to be held by the United Nationalist Alliance today. The mass is supposed to start at 7 a.m. but as you can see behind me, people are still coming to the church. All 9 senatorial candidates of the United Nationalist Alliance are expected to attend today's mass, as well as the so-called three kings, Vice President Jejomar Binay, Senate President Juan Ponce Enrile, and former President Joseph Estrada. The mass is going to be officiated by Ricardo Cardinal Vidal. After the mass, a motorcade all over Metro Cebu will be conducted by the coalition in 2 teams, one heading north, the other south. The motorcade will be led by the three kings of Una. At 5 in the afternoon, Una's proclamation rally will start at Plaza Independencia. Of course, all will be there except for the 3 guest candidates. Una Deputy Secretary General Nancy Binay, however, said Grace Poe will be represented by his son Brian Llamanzares, while Senator Ligarda by his father. No word yet if Senator Francis Escudero will send a proxy in the event. Jing, we are also expecting a colorful proclamation rally this afternoon. If the Liberal Party has Aga and Charlene Mulak, Una has the Gutierrez family in support of Annabel Rama, who is Una's bet for Cebu City representative. Suspended Cebu Governor Gwen Garcia will also attend the event. She is running for 3rd District Representative of Cebu. Jing, Cebu is the most vote-rich province in the country with almost 2.5 million registered voters and a voter turnout of 77.74% in 2010. That's why it is understandable why many national candidates want to get the Cebuano vote. Now, Jing, Una knows that, and a senatorial candidate Nancy Binay said yesterday they feel that Cebu is its bailiwick because according to them the incumbent governor and Cebu City Mayor are on their side. Jing?
Okay, the church bells in the background. Camille Elemia reporting live from Cebu City. Commission on Elections Chairman Sixto Brillantes says the COMELEC will explain the details on airtime limit deductions in cases of political party coalitions. Brillantes says the COMELEC will not be too strict in implementing the restrictions until it has clarified the matter. However, Brillantes points out that time limit will be deducted from whoever pays for an ad's airing on media outlets. The Commission on Elections encourages the public to use social media sites in reporting campaign violations. Patricia Ongshako tells us more.
A day before the campaign period for national candidates begins, COMELEC asks the public to help the Commission in monitoring campaign rules violations. COMELEC spokesman James Jimenez says netizens can report campaign violations via COMELEC's various social media sites.
Now we are also inviting members of the public to conduct their own documentation tours wherever they are, to take pictures and to send the pictures to us.
The COMELEC website details common campaign violations, such as posters on public utility and government vehicles, public infrastructure outside the designated common poster area, those put on trees and electric wires. If anyone comes across any of these prohibited propaganda, Jimenez says one can simply fill out the feedback form found in the website. A mobile version of the website is also available for those using tablets and mobile phones to access the site. Those with photos of illegal campaign materials can tweet COMELEC's official Twitter account with a photo attachment and hashtag Sumbongko, while videos can be emailed to comelectv@gmail.com. Netizens should receive a reply from COMELEC within 24 hours. Jimenez says COMELEC will also release very soon TV and online ads encouraging the public to report violations to the Commission. He assures netizens that all reports will be kept confidential unless they explicitly say they are willing to testify. Validated reports of campaign materials will also be posted in the gallery of the website. Jimenez warns that candidates proven guilty of campaign violations risk imprisonment of 1 to 6 years, disqualification, prevention from running for public office, and revocation of one's right to vote.
Dahil bukas magsisimula na ang campaign period para sa national positions, technically pwede nating sabihin kung epal ka dati, bukas criminal ka na.
The Commission will document all campaign materials and send out notices to those prohibited propaganda. Candidates will then have 3 days upon receipt of notice to remove all prohibited materials, or else face the consequences. Patricia Ongsiaco, Solar News.
The Vatican announces that Pope Benedict XVI will step down from the papacy at the end of this month because of his deteriorating health. Here's Mai Rodriguez with details.
Pope Benedict XVI announced he will resign on February 28, the end of this month, because he no longer has the strength to fulfill the duties of his office. He is the first pontiff since the Middle Ages to take such a step. The 85-year-old Pope said he had noticed that his strength had deteriorated over recent months, and I quote, "to the extent that I have had to recognize my incapacity to adequately fulfill the ministry entrusted to me." He says, and I quote, "For this reason, and well aware of the seriousness of this act, with full freedom, I declare that I renounce the ministry of Bishop of Rome, successor of St. Peter." That's according to a statement from the Vatican. Pope resignations are rare. Only a few popes have resigned in the history of the Roman Catholic Church. A pope is far more than chief executive of the worldwide church. For the Catholic faithful, he is the successor to St. Peter and vicar of Christ on earth, who is expected to serve until death. Popes are elected by cardinals in a process the Church believes is guided by the Holy Spirit. Popes can resign or be deposed. However, such occurrences are so rare that the idea of a modern-day pontiff stepping down is hard to grasp. Past popes who quit served mostly in the Church's first millennium. Historians say Pope Celestine V resigned in 1294, shortly after taking the papal office. The last time pontiffs resigned or were deposed was during the Great Western Schism of the late 14th and early 15th centuries, when 3 papal lines competed. The issue was raised again when Pope John Paul II became increasingly debilitated by Parkinson's disease. Still, John Paul stayed in the job until his death. One major worry is that if a pope retires, it could split the church into factions, with some Catholics following the former pontiff instead of the current man in the job. Mai Rodriguez, Solar News.